Hello and welcome back to another Escape from Tarkov video. In this video I'm going to be showcasing the hidden stashes or hidden caches as they're sometimes called, and how they're a fantastic way of making money. You can find these caches on Interchange, Woods, Customs and Shoreline, and they are my personal favourite way of making ruble. The hidden caches are small hidden containers on each of these maps, and their main draw is the fact that they drop a lot of trade good items that can be used in the hideout in barter trades. This is where I get the majority of my fuel conditioners and things like green gunpowder, for example, both of which sell in the high tens of thousands of rubles. What I'm going to do is show you 10 different hidden caches and how much loot you get overall from 10 different loots. Now this was done on Shoreline, which is my personal favourite to loot on. I usually run a nighttime Shoreline on a scav and come out with anywhere from 400 to 700,000 rubles. And I tend to prefer Shoreline mainly because I find there's far less conflict on that map because of how centralized all of the loot is on that map if you're not going for the caches yourself. So basically what happens is they all pool the loot in Resort and then all the way down the river to the beach. So if you are avoiding that area like the plague, chances are you're not going to run into another player. Now for the locations for themselves on the maps, I have a guide for the Shoreline locations, but I don't have a guide for the other ones. You will find guides like them all over YouTube. Personally, I think has every map covered. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the Tarkov wiki link down below, and that has 4 different infographics showing where all of the hidden caches are on all the maps, and I will showcase those infographics at the end there just so you know what you're looking for. As you can see there, it can drop things like bronze lions as well, which are currently up to 280,000 rubles. That's a fantastic drop for something most people just walk straight past. Another good thing it drops is M995 ammo, which is the only other way you can acquire that is by getting Peacekeeper level 4 or making it through a level 3 workbench. Now if you're wanting to run ADARs pretty early on, or M4s or HKs, I think it's worth spending a couple of hours just farming these to get a stock of M995 that you can intersperse in your mags to make your gameplay better. And if you are going to do that, just be careful, because sometimes magazines with 2 different ammo types can fault with full auto firing. Sometimes they'll just stop in the middle and stop firing when you full auto, and that is a pain when that happens. So just be careful if you're using 2 different ammo types. The only thing you really need for this method though is a big backpack and a chest rig. Now that's why I like doing it as a scav, because 9 times out of 10 you spawn with a reasonable backpack and chest rig. But even if you don't, there's plenty of 2-slot items that can spawn here that are worth thousands and thousands of rubles. This is also where I found my skull ring this wipe, so if you're struggling to find the skull ring for making your scav junk box case, try finding some of these. They might have one, or safes. You can also find some pretty decent weapons. Mainly I find P90s, MP5s, a lot of MP7s, and MP7s are fantastic weapons. So if you spawn as a scav and you've got a really bad weapon but you don't want to kill another scav to get a good one, try and have a look on one of these. You might get lucky and find yourself with a weapon that can easily put down PMCs. What really makes this shine right now though is the found in raid status on all of the items. It just makes it so much more profitable to loot a couple of these and get out. So as you can see, after 10 hidden caches, I came out with 845,000 rubles. Now that makes one cache approximately worth 84,000 rubles. That's a lot of money just for, clicking on a container. In comparison, saves I don't think are worth that much on average. And that's going to be it for this video. That's just really a short little guide. I'm going to put the infographics on the screen here as I'm talking to the outro of this, but it's just really a small little guide that shows you how lucrative hidden caches are worth, and also where you can go to find out exactly where they are. Now you couldn't really do an entire video on all of the hidden caches because it takes you around 30 minutes just to get around Shoreline alone. But I would wholeheartedly recommend that you try hidden caches, especially if you're a player that prefers to just make money instead of actually PvPing. And there's plenty of people out there that do thoroughly just enjoy making money on this game and not actually going into a fight. I would give hidden caches a go. It's actually quite relaxing, which sounds stupid because it's Tarkov and everything's, you know, gonna make you like shit your pants. But if you're just gonna go in on a night time and you can just walk out there with no fear of being shot, it just makes making money a bit more common, not as high risk, high tense scenarios. I hope this guide helps you make some money, and if you want me to make some guides on where the actual locations are on the other maps, woods, interchange and customs, just drop me a comment down below. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.